Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Denison, your billionaire farmer. So in this video today, we are going to discuss layers and broilers. Which one is more profitable for you as a beginner farmer? Many people have asked this question. Many people have come to me. I want to start a poultry farm, but I don't know whether I should start with layers or I should do broilers. So in this video, I'm going to use my experience in this business to guide you, to just give you a guide that you can use. I started poultry farming with broilers, and when I was doing that, I later moved into layers. So with the experience that I've gotten from this angle, I want to advise you stay to this YouTube channel, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and stay here, watch this video to the end, because one of the most important thing that you need to know is your number 5. My number 5 on this list. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number 5 is one of the most important key points that you have to know before you decide which of these livestock to invest your money in. So let's go straight into the business talk today without wasting time. So what you have to consider as a beginner farmer is that the profitability of both broilers and layers. So let's go with broilers. They offer quick cash flow. Yeah. So remember, your target here is just from 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Your birds are ready for sale. That is how quick broilers are. But when it comes to layers, they start producing eggs after like 5 to 6 months. So they will continue to take care of them, feed them till they are 4 months. 5 months, they start dropping eggs for you. But when they start, they can live for 1 year, right? So but you have to understand. So if you're a beginner, check out the profitability of this business. So none is greater than another. Let me just make it clear for you here now. Broilers are not greater than layers, but the time where that project will become profitable for layers, it is very quick. Within 1.5 months, you make profit. But then for layers, you might not be able to make profit quick because you need to feed them for like 5 months for you to start selling. So you can see the difference. So profitability is one thing that you have to consider. So if you want to be patient enough, you can go for layers. But if you need quick cash, which I believe you need as a beginner farmer, broilers is better for you. So another one is the market demand. You have to look at market demand. So what do I mean by market demand? Market demand here is just, there are some places where there is higher demand for broilers more than eggs. Not that people don't eat eggs in these places, but the thing is, the demand for broiler meat is usually consistent. Yeah. And most times it depends on environment, just like I've said, the location of where your farm is. There are some places where people need broilers meat, or they buy more when it's festive season, December season. When it's when someone has a birthday party, then the person can come and buy 40 chicken. The person can come and buy 50 chicken. But this, I don't know, the demand, you have to make sure you understand this demand very well. I don't know how to explain, but let me say the demand for broiler meat is good. It's always there. But we have season where there is higher demand for it, right? But the demand is always there. And we have season where there is higher demand for it. So you also have to understand that market. Then for eggs, which is layers, they are always in demand. People eat eggs every day. Most times you eat, maybe you watching this video now, you have eaten eggs more than you have eaten chicken meat yourself. Because we eat more eggs. That is just it. But broilers still have a good market, and it has season where it sells more. So you have to understand that. Now, time to profitability is just like I've explained to the first one, right? The time for you to wait until you start making money from broilers is just from 6 to 8 weeks. Then for layers, you have to wait for 5 to 6 months. But once you start, then you continue harvesting the money. Every day you're making sales. It will not be that you wait for 6 weeks before you start. Now, when I started Broiler's production in 2016, we were doing for 8 weeks, because we wanted to sell only matured broilers. So we were doing 6 weeks for 8 weeks, right? Now I later discovered that because we were keeping these birds too long, we will not be able to make good profit, because they will consume so much and become very big, and people will start complaining. They don't want to pay so much for that. Meanwhile, we have spent so much in feeding them, right? So time to profitability, you have to consider it, because if you're going to keep your birds for 8 weeks, which is like 2 months, you need a lot of feed, right? And I want you to understand that the profit here is not daily. At least you have to wait for a month. But when layers start laying eggs for you, it's every day that you're selling. And most of people come and give you money ahead of time. People will come to my farm and say, I want to pay for 100 crates or 50 crates, so that I'll be collecting small. They can give you that money. So when layers start producing, you will feel like it's the best investment ever, because the money will be coming daily. All the businesses have risks, right? But that's not what we're discussing in this video anyway. So now, the initial investment, the startup cost for broilers is very low. You don't need much. Now, but for layers, it's very high, because I always advise people, don't do deep litter system. Not that it doesn't work, but if you are going into layers, prepare money for the battery cage, which is very expensive, right? I think 1 unit of 100, that is 1 unit of a cage that can take 100 birds currently in Nigeria now, is selling around 120,000 or 190. This was something that we were buying 80,000 before. Yeah, so it will cost you more for you to set up a layers farm than to start a broiler farm. So as a beginner farmer, you go with the one that is lesser, since you don't have much money. Then you can upgrade and then go into layers. So initial startup cost, you have to consider that. Then the risk factor, if there is market disruption, you may need to sell the birds quickly, since broilers grow faster and can become less profitable, which I just explained to you. When you keep it longer, they will consume so much and you will not be able to sell at a good profit. So that is another risk that you have to consider. So it means that you have to make provision for an off-taker. You need to have a good marketer, or let me say good supply source, before you even stock broilers. Because once they hit week 6 like this, my brother, they are eating your profit. That is the truth, they are eating your profit. But layers, top, they don't face that fluctuation much, and the fluctuation is always better to the farmer. For layers, that is it, because if the bag of feed increased today from 20,000 to 25,000, I'll just increase the price of my egg. People will still come and buy, right? So if the price drop from 25,000 to 10,000, I will still sell at the same price I was selling 1 crate to you before. That is one thing with layers, but it's also a factor that you have to consider. Then the number 6th one is what? Scalability. Now, for you to expand a broiler farm, it's very easy. So if you are doing broilers, it means that you can even turn it like 4 times, or let me say 6 times, 6 cycles in a year. But for layers, you are going to wait for, if you want to expand, you have to wait for like 24 months for you to expand it. So let's assume you start with 1,000 broilers, and by week 8 you have sold all and you have made profit, and you're smiling, your partner is smiling. What are you going to do? You can say, okay, so since we have made profit on our first phase for 1,000, let's do 4,000. That is scalability. You can scale it very easily, and you're scaling all of this within 12 months. But look at layers now. If you keep layers from day 1, you have to wait for 6 months for them to start laying egg. Then they will continue to lay this egg for 1 year. When they reach 1 year, they can stop for you. So when they stop, you have to start another cycle again. Can you see it now? So expanding this for broilers is easy for you to scale, but for layers, scaling is not that easy. But it is good when you have a larger farm. So now, in conclusion, if you ask for my opinion, which one should start as a beginner farmer, I will advise you to start with broilers. It's better. It will help you. It will give you ginger, as you say. You see money in your hand and in your account. It will give you more energy. But if you have funds, if capital is not your issue or your challenge, you can go for layers. Why do I advise that? Because layers take so much for you to feed layers from the starting to the laying phase. It costs so much. So it's only somebody that have enough fund to budget enough money for feed, enough money for medication, enough money for construction of the pen and everything. Such a person can go into layers. So none is more profitable. The profitability aspect of this business comes from your knowledge. What you know concerning this business is how much profit you're going to make. It's not whether broilers is more profitable than layers. Don't listen to anybody that advise you that way. They don't know what they are saying. They are all profitable. There are people that they just focus on broilers. They are making millions. While people are making millions selling eggs. And you can even combine the two, and it works fine for you when you have the knowledge. So always get the knowledge before you invest your money. Always go for knowledge before you invest your money. So thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I remain Denison, your billionaire farmer. My WhatsApp contact is there for consultation, question, advice, and anything that you want to discuss with me personally. That is my WhatsApp contact. So all you have to do for me now is to like this video, subscribe, get the notification bell icon on so that you always be notified when I upload any video. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next video.